just opened up about her relationship with Chase, little Huddy Hudson, and we have all the details. I'm Gabby Conti.
I'm Morgan Riddle.
And I'm Zach Weinberg, and this is Hollywire's Tea Party. Get excited, everyone. We have a lot of tea to spill. Morgan, welcome back to the Tea Party. So let's get right into this, guys. Charli D'Amelio just opened up to Entertainment Tonight yesterday. The TikTok star was totally transparent about everything going on in her life, including her relationship with ex-boyfriend Chase Hudson. Just last week, Charli and Chase were out to lunch on what looked like a date, and then days later, she and her dad were spotted at LAX picking up Chase from the airport in a white convertible Rolls Royce. So are they back on? When Entertainment Tonight asked Charli, how much pressure does it put on you when everyone is so involved in your relationship? Charli says that she feels like these people are more invested in seeing us fail than they are in actually seeing us be happy together. Even having to announce that you're broken up with someone makes it a million times worse. So Charli got very candid in this interview. She really talked about how it's struggling when you're like dating someone in the public eye. People want to see you fail.
Yeah, absolutely. And we also know too, if you remember back when Chase and Charli were officially dating, they never had the title boyfriend and girlfriend because they wanted to kind of figure that out first before they made that title. Also, Charli was 15 at the time. Now she's 16. Yeah, it has to be a lot of pressure dating in front of the public eye. Entertainment Tonight compared Chase and Charli to Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston, Angelina
a little
Jolie
bit of a
back
reach.
in the day.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
A way to explain to like the millennial audience, like, how important this relationship is, and the boomers, like how big Charli and Chase are. But, I think we just really want to see her be happy. And it is unfortunate that there is a lot of people trying to bring this relationship down. Morgan, what do you think about this?
I mean, I remember when they first got together, people were really excited about it. All the comments were pretty positive, back in, what was it, December, January, before everything went down. And they were so cute, and their videos were the craziest engaged videos ever on the app at the time. They were the it couple before Bradison, I think, official or whatever.
Yes.
And then never forget Dramageddon, the day the internet completely blew up between, I don't know, Hype House, Sway House. Chase posted a thing about everyone's drama after the thing between him and Nessa. And I feel like since that happened, anytime that they're going to be together or posting with each other, people are always going to be judgy about it because they're not going to forget, he did this awful thing to her and she's America's little sweetheart.
Well, and then even before that, there was the Josh Richards, Bryce Hall diss track. So Charli and Chase were dating and they were happy. And then that track came out. And then I feel like after that track, maybe that is when the shift happened, when people stopped rooting for them and started being like, Charli, you deserve better, because you're right. Yep. She is America's sweetheart. But I mean, the thing that she kept also stressing in this interview that I think we forget a lot is that she is 16 years old. She would be a sophomore or junior in high school if she was in school. And just a year ago, she was in school. So she's navigating this whole dating scene just like anyone else her age. And it has to be really crazy to be under a microscope for it.
Yeah. The thing that really struck me about this was that she said how people want to see her fail. They would rather see her fail than see her be happy. And that's when I really felt for her, because it is kind of true that when you're in the media and everyone's watching you, sometimes people would rather see you fail. And it's kind of sad that that is the case. It really made me see her in a different light and see her as more relatable, just like a normal girl trying to make a relationship work.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it's also hard for her to see all of the support and positives she gets too, because the hate hurts and there's a lot more emotional turmoil with that. But if you go on any of her posts, she has 100 million supporters that are
102 now. It just keeps on growing.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
She also opened up about the backlash that she's been getting, how so many people are trying to say that she bought her followers. On her podcast with her sister, Two Chicks, she opened up about that, saying that's completely false. She never purchased any of her followers. Those are all her organic, real audience. And I do believe that. I do believe that. If I would take her word for that, for sure. Something I'm curious to hear from both of you is, do you think that Charli and Chase are back together? Because just last week, her and her dad picked up Chase at the airport, which to me feels like a very relationship thing to do. And they were seen at lunch just together. Do you think that maybe they are back together, but they're keeping this under wraps because they don't want to be under the scrutiny of the public. And I apologize to you guys here. A beeping in the background. Just another day at the office here.
Just another day. Honestly, I don't think they're together. I think that they're very, very close friends. I think that they can rely on each other to deal with this public lifestyle. I think that Charli and Chase know each other really well. Like, Chase is the only one who's ever dated Charli with her being in the public eye. So I feel like she can turn to him when times are tough. So I don't think they're together, but I don't think the door is necessarily closed on them. What about you, Morgan?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think that they're together. I wouldn't expect them to be together right now. And I feel like they're the types that if they are back together, they're just going to be like public about it. Like they're not going to try to keep it a secret for 2 months like some other couples we know.
Like Addison Rae.
Yeah.
Cough, cough.
Cough, cough. But I don't know. I also feel like they both have a lot going on, like her book that she just came out with, and who knows what sort of plans she has for 2021 and where her career is going to go. And so I'm sure that a lot of people in her life are probably pushing her to just focus on herself at this like prime of her career, as opposed to getting in more relationship drama.
And Chase, too, is kind of going through a lot of career change. He's in a movie right now with Machine Gun Kelly that could lead to more acting roles for Chase. It also could lead to more. I know music has always been a passion for him, and he does sing and perform. At least that's what we saw in the trailer for this movie. So he could be also working on music as well. So yeah, it's a very transitional time for the two of them. I do think that maybe they're like testing out the waters of a relationship again, but I think even if they are dating, we are not going to hear about that for like until they are 110% confident and comfortable with that title. I think that because of this statement that Charli made, she will definitely take her time announcing it, and she has every right to do so.
Yeah, as she should. If there's anything she can keep private, like a relationship is probably something that would be good for her to keep private, because she is so public. Like everything she does is in her face. And I want to kind of talk about this whole paparazzi thing when they're at like their lunch dates. Like that seems so frustrating to me. Like I couldn't imagine the paparazzi coming up to me while I'm trying to enjoy lunch. It definitely makes me seem like they're going to have to like go to different restaurants to try and get more private gatherings. Because once you see the paparazzi, it kind of just ruins everything.
Well, they can't go to restaurants because restaurants are closed right now.
True. Like
before that. But I do think that we're going to see less of our TikTok stars out and about because of what's going on in California right now. And, you know, and Kevin Wong, who chased them, who was there at the airport, has also gotten a lot of criticism for not respecting boundaries and personal space. So I hope the paparazzi does, you know, respect that and only interviews them when they are really want to be interviewed, like they're promoting something.
Yeah, also they're gonna have to take a couple weeks off the paparazzi because now we have the stay-at-home order. So I don't know how they're gonna be getting their coins. They're gonna come
Nobody's
back
going anywhere.
Once we can go out and gallop.
Tells me Dog Pound is still open.
Possibly. But like once everyone's out and about again, the paparazzi is gonna be right in their faces again. So they better enjoy this downtime.
Absolutely. So Charli also talked about that, you know, fame is not all that bad for the most followed person on TikTok like Charli Damelio, as she also revealed that very recently J-Lo and A-Rod had what she thought at first was an intervention with her and how she's dealing with her newfound fame. Now, you might remember that Charli met J-Lo almost a year ago at the Super Bowl, and Charli told ET about her recent chat with J-Lo and A-Rod, as she said, quote, "They were just like, yeah, you can't be caught up in what's going on. That's wrong. You really need to push forward." Apparently, these words of wisdom helped Charli get out of the bad place she was in. And no, it wasn't an intervention. The famous couple was just showing her and her family their new offices. As Charli added, "The world just works out like this. You said everything that I needed to hear, and that is insane. This happened to make me get out of that and to be happy again, smile again, and mean it," she said. And I feel like that's where I am now, where it's obviously ups and downs. I mean, I'm emotional. I'm a teenager. It's going to happen. So, you know, that's just a day in the life of Charli. She is your most average teenager who just happens to get pep talks from J-Lo and A-Rod from time to time.
I was thinking like how Kourtney Kardashian is Addison's like mentor. Charli, she got J-Lo as her mentor. Like she is doing just fine. And I think it's awesome that other celebrities, even as big as J-Lo, are still like willing to like give advice to young people who are just getting into the spotlight. It's kind of like a full circle moment.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's so sweet of them. I remember when she posted that first video with J-Lo and she was like fangirling so hard. And now like, it seems like the families are close enough that they're showing them the new offices, and that just, she's come a long way since then. That's really cool.
Yeah, I do love seeing celebrities kind of take on that big sister role to the younger talent that's coming in, because I think, especially if you didn't grow up in front of the spotlight, if you're just, I mean, Charli a year ago was living in Connecticut, going to school, and now she is the most watched person. So I do think it's great that J-Lo, who's been in the spotlight for decades, is there to kind of help Charli out. I think that's wonderful.
Yeah, totally. So Charli also wanted to remind fans that despite her fame, she's really just your average teenager. She told ET, "I am a girl that likes to dance and likes to spend time with friends and likes to be around her family. A girl who is very normal, very down to earth, and very chill. She also likes to watch movies and have fun." She also added that she's not really the girl fans see in her TikTok videos, as she explained. "I usually look very put together. I usually make sure all my moves are perfect, and that's not how it is. I have friend problems. I have difficulty in school with being behind or maybe not learning as fast as everyone else." I mean, this interview clearly has normalized Charli, and I think that's why Charli is so famous, because she's so normal. I've always thought that about her, that she was just this very normal, average, relatable girl, and I think that is why she is as big as she is.
Yeah, it's the girl next door vibe, which we also see with actors too. Like I feel like there's always an actor or an actress. I mean, an actor like Ryan Gosling has like kind of a boy next door vibe. And that's, I think, why he is so famous as he is now, because he's not intimidating to men and he is like, and women love him. So I feel like Charli kind of has that vibe too, where she looks like your friend or your cousin or your sister. So you relate to her because she feels like someone you already know, even though you don't.
Exactly.
I think it also, for her fan base, like her normality gives people hope in terms of like they could be the next
Charli.
Influencer, YouTuber, next Charli, like we always hear like who's going to be the next Charli. And I'm sure that there's so many 12, 11, 10, 13-year-olds who are thinking that they could be the next one. And with TikTok now, like it's totally possible for people to blow up overnight, and that's never ever ever been a possibility. There was a poll done for like elementary age students, and the number one job that young kids in America want right now is influencer or YouTuber, which is insane.
Exactly. That's
That
crazy.
is insane. Because I feel like it happens more for people who aren't really seeking it out, but are just doing a thing that they're really good at. And also with social media platforms changing every day, those elementary school kids, TikTok might not be what it is now by the time they are active on it. And then that also raises the question about the responsibility. Like, should there be an age limit to be on social media? Should you be an elementary school kid on TikTok trying to become the next Charli D'Amelio? I don't think so.
I think there should be an age limit, maybe 14 or 16. I think when kids get on social media too young, it kind of negatively affects them and makes them think that like this has to be perfect or this has to be perfect. And also I think the key to being a good social media influencer is to being yourself and just showing your life, because that's what an influencer is on social media. They're not an actor, they're not an actress, unless they pursue those things after, which we're seeing with other stars. But it's just about being yourself and showing your life. And what I like about TikTok is that is why TikTok is that. TikTok is showing your life. How many videos of people do we see in their pajamas or just waking up? Like, we don't see that on any other social media platform.
It's true. And I feel like also videos that do really well on TikTok, I feel like are the most honest ones. I think we used to come from an age of social media where everything was super filtered and perfect, but I feel like people are now kind of calling bluff on that and liking when people are just being themselves. And, Charli's advice to young people, which she does kind of get into in this Entertainment Tonight interview, isn't, become an influencer, download TikTok, start uploading dances every day. That's not what it is. Charli's path, and the whole reason why she's on this platform and is the superstar that she is her background in dance. That's why she donated money to dance schools when she hit that milestone of 100 million followers. And she spoke about this very candidly, that, as a kid growing up, having anxiety, having stress, dance was the one place where she could really be herself. So I hope that her younger fans are watching this and being like, I think the lesson is not to become an influencer. That's not the goal. I think the goal is to find something that I'm really good at, that I really enjoy doing, and then later in life, use social media as the platform to share that gift.
Yeah, I mean, social media is just a way to show everybody what you're doing, what you do in your daily life. So whether that's dance or whether that's singing or whether that's just fashion, like whatever it is, you just run with it. And that's exactly what Charli did with dancing. And that's why it kind of worked out perfectly that TikTok has been centered around dancing. So it kind of was tailor-made for Charli in a way.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And she's always been so genuine about like where her intentions and her passion lie. And I feel like that really helps like grow her fan base and have people be loyal to her. And she's just always been very sweet and honest about it.
And if you're just joining us, we're talking about Charli Damelio and her very recent interview that she did where she opened up about her relationship and dating, not confirming that she's with Chase Hudson, but just she did talk about what it was like dating in the public eye. Something else she talked about, she obviously was talking about her new book, Essentially Charli, which is currently out now, and I think a great gift for anyone in your life who's a huge Charli Damelio fan. So she really hopes that this book will help fans see the real her, including her relationships, as she wants to remind fans that she is a lot like them. As she said, quote, "With my book, I'm telling everyone what I want them to know in the best way possible, where I don't have comments. People can say, that's not right. She should do better. Why'd you do this? Why'd you put this in? It's a book. You read it and that's it. There's no place for negative feedback. This is a place for me to share who I am without having to hear anything back. I guess, Charli, just don't read your book reviews. I learned that as an author. People can be really mean on Amazon and Goodreads. Or, you know, if you are a fan of Charli's, do show her some love there, because no one deserves to get torn apart for something that you spent a lot of time working on."
Oh, of course. And this book is probably like a good representation of like who she is. It definitely has a younger audience. We know there's a lot of pictures, a lot of bright colors. So I think the book is going to do really well. Morgan, you said that you checked out a little bit of the book. What was your kind of first impression about it?
You can preview the first like 40 pages of the book on Google. So if you guys are interested, like definitely go check it out. Full disclosure, it is not for anyone over the age of like 13, 14, in my opinion.
No, maybe like 18. I think a lot of teenagers would like it too.
We have someone watching right now live who's saying they have the book and they love the stickers. And Charli also did say that when she was previewing the book. It has stickers. So
okay, you're never too old to love stickers. Okay, I still love stickers.
It's definitely for a younger audience. I was expecting like a memoir novel type thing. So maybe that was like totally my wrong. But I started scrolling through it and it was like, a lot of photos, a lot of like positive, like cutesy things. And she talks a lot about her childhood in the beginning and like who inspires her and stuff. So it's definitely like a very cute, feel good type book. Like you said, Gabby, really good Christmas gift for any younger people in your life.
And there's like a lot of pictures in it.
Yeah, also I think a lot of never before seen pictures of her growing up. I've seen like a lot of collage, a lot of motivational. I saw a page that it was like a guide of like how to use social media. So I think it is definitely meant to be like an uplifting, fun, light, easy read, something fun to flip through. But it's interesting, as Morgan, as you were saying, that she is pretty young to kind of reveal all. But I do believe that Drew Barrymore wrote her first book when she was only 14 years old. You might know that Drew Barrymore was a child star. And then later wrote a juicier memoir, which maybe is in the future for Charli. Maybe when Charli's a little older, she'll write us that tell-all that gives us all the tea, much like Mariah Carey's book. I could not put that down. That was so good. There was so much tea there, guys.
Yeah, I think this is a good book for Charli to kind of break into this whole author thing. And it's also like, it's going to make money. Like she's going to be very successful off of this book. You can't expect too much from her at 16 years old to write a whole like tell-all juicy memoir, but I think that would be awesome if she did that in like 10 years when she has more life experience and she's older and wiser. But as far as this book, I think it's going to do really well, and I am proud of her. I like it, but I don't know if I'll be reading it. I think I might be a little old for that, but I'll check it out.
It sounds like a fun book to flip through. Also, just reminding you guys, she has 100 million followers on TikTok. If 1% of those people, so if only 1 million people bought this book, Charli could easily become a New York Times bestseller, which is based on how many books you sell. So that is pretty exciting. I wonder if she would be one of the youngest people to hit that milestone.
Oh, for sure. Up there. That's a big deal.
That is a very big deal. Are you guys going to read Charli's book? Let us know, because I'm seeing comments coming in right now. I want to hear if you've read it, what you think about it. We've already heard that the stickers are really fun in the book, but I want to hear more about it. Also, guys, did you happen to catch what went on yesterday where Dixie and Charli got into a fake fight? Did you guys see this?
Yeah, I heard a little bit about this. All sisters fight. I don't think it was ever that serious. I think Charli and Dixie are thick as thieves. So even if they get into a fight, I don't think it will last very long.
Yeah.
So what did you think about that?
At all?
I mean, me and my sister used to beat the crap out of each other. Like, it's just like what sisters, siblings do. But was it like an online fight?
Yeah, it was so funny. It was online, and there was like basically, I think Dixie had accidentally liked a photo of little Huddy, and like Charli like pretended she was upset over it, and they were like tweeting at each other about like how they were upset at each other, and then they unfollowed each other, and then Dixie took a picture of Charli with like a microphone in her face, which I think was probably from their podcast. Like they were probably recording their podcast when this fight went down. And Dixie commented, she's working on a diss track about me, which real Charli Damelio fans will know that Charli has said time and time again that she is not a singer. You will never hear her singing with her sister. She does not have that gift. That is not hereditary. And then like a second later, they posted a picture saying that, you know, they made up, their friends. But I really think that this was just the two of them just being funny, like sisters are. I'm an only child. I've never had a sibling, so I don't know what that's like. But I'm guessing there is that little like teasing thing, and they brought their fans in on it, which I thought was really funny.
I'm sure they were sitting on like other sides of the kitchen table. Like,
yeah, me and my brother are in our 20s and we still fight like that. So this is just like healthy sibling rivalry.
Guys, we want to hear from you. What do you think about Charli's new book? And what do you think of her latest interview? Let us know all of your thoughts. I'm Gabby Conti.
I'm Morgan Riddle.
And I'm Zach Weinberg. And follow us at Hollywire for your 24/7 celebrity news. See you later.
Bye.